Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Yevamot page 69, in which teaches us the fascinating laws and details regarding who is allowed to eat truma. Truma, as we mentioned, is food which is specifically designated for a Kohen. Now the Talmud tells us that if, let's say, you have a woman who is a daughter of a Kohen, which she's always allowed to eat as long as she is in her father's house because she's the daughter of a Kohen and they can eat truma. But let's say she actually gets married to a non-Kohen. Once she's married, certainly she's no longer allowed to eat truma. However, if let's say instead of actually being married to this man, she has relations with him, again, shlo l'shem ishut, not for the sake of marriage, we say that she is still allowed to eat truma. However, if let's say she got pregnant, at that point, she is no longer allowed to eat truma. On this, the Talmud says this is hard to understand. If, in fact, we say that once a woman is pregnant, even though she's the daughter of a Kohen, she's no longer allowed to eat truma, why, once we know that they've had relations with one another, shouldn't that be enough of a reason that we should be concerned maybe she's pregnant? And if she's pregnant, she can't eat truma. Why would we allow her, after she's been having relations with this man, why would we say that she's still allowed to eat truma? Shouldn't we be concerned that she's pregnant? And on this, the Talmud says something very fascinating. It's true that if she was married, we would, as we see elsewhere, be concerned that there's always a chance that she may be pregnant. And therefore, because of that, certain laws apply. We are always concerned when it comes to a man and a woman who are properly married, that there is a good chance, possibly, she is pregnant. And that's because they're in a proper relationship. She's in a secure relationship, and therefore she'd be more likely to get pregnant because she's with a man in which is a committed, serious relationship. However, the Talmud here tells us, very interestingly, that because we see that they are not having relations because they're married, they're not married. And therefore, because she is acting, and so is he, in a promiscuous manner, we could probably assume that she's taking extra precautions to make sure that she will not get pregnant. And therefore, because of this, interestingly enough, because we know the mindset of how a person should be, a woman should not just get pregnant if she's not married. Because if she's not married, she's not in a secure relationship. And because of that, she's going to be more likely not to get pregnant, to the point that we'll still allow her to eat truma up until this point. And of course, this is a very important concept that we see in our own lives, that when it comes to in a secure marriage, that's the logical time in which a person should consider to have children when you have an intact family. In the event that you are in a promiscuous relationship and you're not thinking about marriage, that's probably a time a person should be a lot more careful.